Jai Sitaram. Welcome all of you all for our Wednesday evening Ramayana class. Every Wednesday we have Ramayana class. We speak on Valmiki Ramayan. We read the Valmiki Ramayan and try to understand the intricacies of the Ramayan and its application in our day-to-day life. So we have already in the midst of the third chapter. We are in the fag end of the third chapter. We completed verse number 33, but to have a fast recap, let's read from 1.3.31. Tamini, can you read, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Then the giving of the identification ring of Lord Rama to Sita Mata, Hanuman talking with her, the demoness threatening Sita Mata, and the dreams of Trijata are also explained. It also mentions.
Okay. So, right now we are, Valmiki is now jotting down, or rather writing or composing the Ramayana. And while composing the Ramayana, in the flow of it, like how Hanuman had gone to Ashok Vatika and there on meeting Sita, he is trying to give her this identification ring. So before we go ahead, let me have one question, because I was having this question being bombarded on me by many people. Prabhuji, is it true that Uttarakhand is not a part of Valmiki Ramayan? रामायण का भाग नहीं है, वो अलग है, ऐसा किसी ने मुझे पूछा. And the explanation he or she is giving is क्योंकि already युद्ध कांड में एंड होते ही क्या बोलते हैं वो Mahatmya, that is the, what do you say, Shrutifal of the Ramayana is given. So it is said generally Shrutifal aa gaya matlab kavya samapt. So then they say no, Uttarakhand was not done by Valmiki, it was later added by someone else, and it is said as Uttarakhand. So how many people agree to this? How many people say yes, Uttarakhand is separate from the Ramayana? How many people say yeah, no, it's a part of Ramayana? How many of you agree to this? Come on. Puja Mataji will answer first. Senior.
I think so. It's a part of Ramayana only.
It's a part of Ramayana. Okay. And okay, I'll keep this question pending. Okay, I'll keep this question pending. You all do your research for 1 week. And then we will get the answer next week. But you'll have to, don't worry, you don't have to remind me. I'll give you the answer. So all of you all note down this question and work on it. There's a homework for all of you all, for regular students. And work करके मुझे बताना कि is it an extra added, an extra like extra added to the book, or was it really existing? And if it was added, on what basis? And if it was not, then on what basis? I want the reasoning also with it. ये जरा सोच के रखना आप लोग, मुझे बताना. Okay, तो यहाँ पे हनुमान जी is giving the ring to सीता. किनका रिंग? रामचंद्र जी का रिंग. तो अक्सर ये सवाल उठता है, जब उन्होंने सब कुछ छोड़ दिया था वनवास जाने के लिए, he had given a lot of donations and all that, and he gave away all his things, even his dress he had to give away. How did he carry the ring? How was he allowed to carry the ring? Can anyone answer this?
हाँ मुझे ट्राई करूँ.
हाँ बोलो.
आपने प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स में बताया था कि वो उनको सीता जी के साइड से मिला था, तो वो उनका नहीं था, तो इसके लिए उनके.
So it was from his mother-in-law and father-in-law, from his wife's side. So that is why what he gave away in Ayodhya was his father's or his personal belongings. But what is received from the wife's side is always to be taken care of. So there is a big advantage, in India when we have the sanskara. See, all this is explained very well in the Ramayana. Ramayana shows, dowry mangna nahi hai. Kahin unhone bataya nahi dowry mango. All that social evil is not there. But What is being explained over here? Yes, whatever comes from the wife's side, in case of a calamity or in case of any distress, it can be used. Secondly, one I heard once South speaker, he said very beautifully, gave a very nice analogy. भाई अगर आपका कोई सामान गुम हो गया हो, कभी पत्नी पूछेगी? नहीं पूछेगी. अगर उसके मायके से अगर कोई चीज आया हो या उसके मायके से कोई चीज दिया गया हो, तो उसके बारे में you're always questioned. You're always supposed to have a track of that. So similarly, here also he's keeping a track. Yes, it was nice in the lighter side of the lecture. You could take it that he was looking care of the ring which was given by his mother-in-law, and he said, "Yes, take this ring and show it to Sita ji." And Sita ji saw this ring, and she was true. She could confirm that this ring was originally from Rama. So had Rama had to prove himself by giving the ring? Had Rama had to prove himself by giving the ring? Then who had to prove?
Prabhuji, can I say?
Huh?
Hanuman ji had to be proved that he is
Hanumanji had to
Christ
prove
person.
that he was truly Ramaduta. When Hanuman first met Sita Maiya said, you say you're Hanuman Ramduta, servant and messenger of Rama. I don't see to my knowledge, there is no monkey friend of Rama. तो मेरे को मालूम नहीं है that Rama has made friendship with you and you are his well-wisher and your his messenger. That time Hanuman has to prove himself that yes, he has been sent by Rama himself. That is the reason why this ring was given to Sita Mata. And Ramchandraji knew very well, if he had not sent the ring with Hanuman, Sita Maya would have not believed or had faith on Hanuman's words. So it was to endorse that it was from Rama only he has come. Secondly, the next verse it talks about the hairpin. Sita Maya gives her hairpin. चूड़ामणिज कहते हैं. And उसको लेके हनुमान जी क्यों जाते हैं? Hanuman is very smart, buddhimatam varishtam, right? He takes two things from here. One is the hairpin. But he says, no, that is not enough. He tells Sita Maya, please share with me something which is very, very secretly known between you and Rama. मतलब कोई दुनिया को पता नहीं है, सिर्फ आपको और राम, no, something which is intimate between the husband and wife. You tell me that. So what does that mean? What was the need for that? Even Rama could have said, might be he has not seen Sita, he has seen something fallen down. Might be somewhere the hairpin must have fallen down, like how Sita threw her ornaments while being kidnapped by Ravana. तो कहीं बीच रास्ते में उसको कोई hairpin मिला रहेगा, वो लाके दिखा रहा है. That is the reason why Hanuman specifically asked, please tell me something which is very, very secret between you and your husband. And if I tell that, he will be sure that I have met Sita. Because there was bright chances that Sita could have been eaten away by Ravana or anything of that sort. So she is Lakshmi Devi, nothing can happen to her. But still, on the worldly platform, yes. So confirm this, he had to take the story of Jayant that was told by Sita Maya to Hanuman, that how Jayant came and pricked her chest, and then how Ramchandraji fired the blade of grass behind him like a Brahmastra, and how Jayant came and surrendered, and he was finally one eye of the crow was removed. Similarly, this is a sign of surrender inside Sundarkand, and over and above, Lord is telling, Hanuman is telling Ramchandraji that I met Sita. This is the proof, and this is the story I'm telling you, which is confirming that I had met Sita. Read the next verse, 32.
It also mentions the giving of the jewel hairpin by Sita to Hanuman and the destruction of trees and guarded by Hanuman. Then the running away of the demons out of fear of Hanuman and his killing of the guards are also described.
Yes, so we have discussed last time हम लोगों ने discuss किया था कि अक्षय कुमार को मारा, specifically mention, है ना?
Yes.
अक्षय कुमार को मारा गया, क्यों मार दिया अक्षय कुमार को? We had discussed. Does anyone remember?
प्रभु जी, अंगद और अंगद को श्राप मिला था इसके लिए।
हाँ, क्या बोला था, बोलो।
अगर वो नेक्स्ट टाइम उसके सामने आएगा अक्षय कुमार के, तो वो वाली मर जाएगा, ये अपना ये मर जाएगा,
अंगद मर जाएगा।
अंगद मर जाएगा
अगर वो मारेगा तो, अगर वो अक्षय कुमार को मारेगा। Why? What is the reason? Both were classmates. Both were studying under बृहस्पति। दोनों बड़े बाप का औलाद ना, वो वाली का लड़का, ये रावण का लड़का। आजकल बड़े बच्चे, बड़े बाप के बच्चे बड़े स्कूल में जाते हैं, they were going to directly to बृहस्पति, taking knowledge from them. तो अक्षय कुमार हमेशा पिटता था अंगद से, and every time he used to go and complain. Finally, when he was about to, दोनों का स्कूल खत्म होना था, स्कूलिंग खत्म होने वाला था, तब एक बार अंगद ने अक्षय कुमार को मारा। दोनों फाइट करते थे, बट हमेशा अंगद यूज्ड टू बी हैविंग ए अपर हैंड ऑन हिम. So Brihaspati told him, now next time if you try to beat him, he will punch you and that will be your final punch in your life. You will be dead. So he knew very well, if Angad comes, and Angad comes for fighting the entire Ravan army, Ravan would send Akshay Kumar first to fight with Angad. And as per the curse received from Brihaspati, Angad will be killed by Akshay Kumar. So, to be on the safer side, he said, Khatam hi kar de. So he finished off Akshay Kumar also, plus he's killed lot of Sainiks. And then, mention the next, please mention the next verse also.
It also mentions the capturing of Hanuman, the son of Vayu, and his burning of Lanka, along with his fierce roaring, his flying back from Lanka, and his taking away of the honey kept for Sugriv.
Yes, a lot of things are there. This is Sundarakanda is also ending, and Yuddhakandam is starting in this verse itself. Now, it mentions about Hanuman, the son of Vayu, and his burning of Lanka. So, ये capturing of Hanuman, ये क्या है? Everyone knew very well Hanuman was a very strong personality. He was a great personality. He is none other than Shivji. Shankar Suvarna Kesari Nandan. Shankar Suvarna Kesari Nandan Tej Pratap Mahachakravandhan. It's said in Hanuman Chalisa. He is none other than Shankara. इसी दिन आपको मैं फुर्सत में I will take the story of Hanuman's full life. How Shivji took the form of Hanuman. I'll take in detail. So right now, to understand this, please let us get this very clear. Hanuman, after killing Akshay Kumar and so many, Rakshasas, so many Rakshasas he killed. What was the need for killing all that? I told you, this is the first surgical strike ever done. Hanuman attacking Lanka. But उसके पीछे कारण क्या था? कारण बहुत जरूरी. He wanted to create a fear factor. अगर एक बंदर इतना तबाह मचा सकता है, तो आएंगे अगर लाखों बंदर आ जाएंगे तो कितना गड़बड़ होगा. He wanted to create a fear factor. दबाव बने. But when the fight was going on, he realized one thing. What is the use of fighting with all these people? मुझे एक्चुअली किसका ऑडियंस लेना चाहिए? रावण का. रावण को मिल के आना है, उसको भी मैसेज देना है, धमकी भी देना है, मैसेज भी देना है. तो अगर मैं रावण के पास जाना है मुझे, तो कैसे जाऊं? तो I have already killed so many, big shots. Jambumali and Akshay Kumar and all those Rakshasas I have killed. So now what should I do? इतने में मेघनाथ comes, Indrajit. He comes to Ravan sends him, no, catch this monkey, dead or alive. Meghnath immediately fires the Brahmastra. Brahma has already blessed Hanuman. Hanuman, आपके ऊपर कुछ नहीं हो, मेरा अस्त्र कभी काम नहीं करेगा. And अगर हुआ तो भी only for 15 minutes. It will tie you for 15 minutes. Hanuman said, ठीक है, let me now pay my obeisances to Brahma ji by getting bound in the Brahmastra. और 10 मिनट में छोड़ देगा. And ब्रह्मा जी, हनुमान जी को तो कोई बांध नहीं सकता. And Indrajit felt very proud that I have captured this monkey and took him to Ravana. And when they took him to Ravana, they all pulled him to Ravana. They thought they were pulling Hanuman, but Hanuman was actually walking because, he didn't want to create, and he wanted to see Ravan. So gaya, Ravan ke paas gaya. Then there was a big, Ravan asked him, why did you do all this destruction? What do you want? I've just come to eat some fruits. Your Rakshasas fought with me, so I had to teach them a lesson. Akshay, is it there? So, no, there is something higher. Actually, I wanted to have your audience. I wanted to see you. आपको मिलना चाहता था, but आपको मिलूं कैसे? जब तक मैं कुछ ऐसा कार्य नहीं करूं, आपके पास कोई लेके आएगा नहीं ना मुझे. अगर मैं सीधा आऊं और बोलूं, अगर कोई बंदर आके बोले, I want to meet the Prime Minister or the President of the country, कोई छोड़ेगा? और यही अगर कुछ कांड वांड करेगा तो there is a possibility that he can meet the great personality. उसके लिए मैंने की. And then he tells, give away सीता. मैं तुमको अच्छी अच्छी कन्या लाके देता हूँ, सीता को छोड़ दो. सीता आप नहीं छोड़ोगे तो आपका विनाश हो जाएगा, रामचंद्र जी आएगा. मतलब बंदर होके इतना अक्ल दे रहा है मुझे. And then immediately he said, cut off his head. Hanuman was laughing. इतने में विभीषण jumped. He said, no, sorry. As per king's protocols, we cannot kill any messenger. कोई भी messenger आएगा, दूत, कोई भी दूत आया तो उसको आप मार नहीं सकते. हाँ, उसको पनिश जरूर कर सकते हो. आपका गुस्सा आप उसके ऊपर निकाल सकते हो, बट उसको मार नहीं सकते. या तो उसको कोड़े मारो या उसको हाथ पैर काट दो, चलेगा. तो रावण थिंक्स, अब क्या करूं? अच्छा, बंदर है ना, बंदर का सबसे प्यारा चीज क्या है? उसका पूंछ जला दो. So immediately they apply oil and cloth to his tail and put it on fire. Hanuman said, very good. You have put fire on my tail. Now, as a monkey, I have the right to jump. अभी सीधी बात है, किसी के पूंछ में आग लगेगी तो कूदेगा. And in that process, if I burn Lanka, I will not be held responsible for burning Lanka. बराबर है. मैंने तो कुछ नहीं किया, मेरे पूंछ पे आग लगा दिया, आग लग गया तो मैं कूद रहा था अपने आप को बचाने के लिए, इधर उधर कूदा, सब घर में आग लग गया. सेकेंड, यहाँ पे सीता मैया got the news. First and foremost, they asked, all the Rakshasis asked, Trijata and all those Rakshasis. Trijata was Vibhishan's daughter, so she was very close with Sita. She was pro Sita, and she was telling, don't trouble Sita. Sita is Rama is going to come and save her, and he is going to kill Ravana and all the Rakshasas who are going to trouble Sita. They are going to be killed by Rama. So be careful, don't trouble her. Trijata is to say, she was in the party of Sita. So उसने क्या बोला? जाके please, सीता को information आ गया. बाकी राक्षस ने बोले, that monkey who was talking with you, you know him ना? मुझे पता नहीं. अच्छा, उस monkey का पूंछ पे आग लग गया. King has punished him by putting fire on his tail. Sita Maya prayed. She prayed to Agni Devata. If this person is my husband's Duta, messenger, and he has come with a nice intention, so let this fire not burn him. So what was happening to, and as it is, Vayu Devata had already blessed Hanuman in his childhood, that Mera आग हो, जल हो, कुछ भी आपको तकलीफ नहीं दे. All devatas had blessed him. So he had already blessed. Over and above, Sita Maya prayed. So what happened? आग ने तो उसका पूंछ जलाया नहीं. Nothing happened to his tail. But what happened in addition? He was feeling nice, cool and pleasant. Very nice. a soothing effect he was feeling in his tail. Immediately, he jumped in all the places, burnt the entire Lanka, except for Vibhishan's house, came back, and extinguished the fire by putting his tail in the sea. समुद्र के किनारे आए, मेरे को पूछ को समुद्र में जल में डाला और सब पूछ को आग को जला दिया. It is said at that time a few sweat from his body fell in the water, which was drunk by a she crocodile, and then she became pregnant, and that is none other than Makradhwaj, which we will see in the Yuddha Kand when we'll be reading. I'll tell you the entire story. So पसीने से जो गिर गए थे, कुछ बूंद पानी में गिर गए थे, उसको एक मगरमच्छ ने निकल लिया, जिसकी वजह से वो गर्भवती हो गई और उसने एक बच्चे को जन्म लिया, एक बानर को जन्म दिया, जिसका नाम था मकरध्वज. Study in detail in Yuddha Kand. After this work was done, what one thought came in Hanuman's mind. कहीं मैंने इस आग लगाते वक्त ध्यान नहीं दिया, and by chance सीता भी जल गई क्या? He was afraid of that. कहीं मैंने सीता भी इस आग, because fire doesn't have any fixed route, it spreads. That's why we call it as wildfire, right? It goes wild, any direction it will go. And कहीं सीता भी उस आग में तो जल नहीं गई, पूरा आग लगा जल रहा है. Then he climbed up the wall, and from there he saw Sita was safe, Ashok Vatika was safe. तो आचार्यगण कहते हैं कि गुस्से में आप कुछ कार्य करो ना, थोड़ा सोच समझ के करो. ठीक है, इस बार कुछ हुआ नहीं, बट जरूरी नहीं कि हर बार सब कुछ सही होगा. So one should control his anger, or one should channelize his anger correctly. So once that work was done, with the hairpin in his hand, Hanuman just one leap came back to, where did he come back to? Mahendragiri Parvat, from where he had left. All the monkeys were waiting for Hanuman, and Hanuman had crossed. When he was coming near, they could see Hanuman. So they were anxious. Mission accomplished or not accomplished? Kya hua? Mission hua ki nahi? And there Hanuman was started beating his thighs in the air itself, giving an indication, yes, mission accomplished, काम हो गया, don't worry, आप लोग चिंता मत करो, सीता को देख के, कंडेन सीते को मैं देख के आ गया. And there he landed, and all the monkeys, crowded around him, told him, bata, what did you see? क्या क्या देखा? And Hanuman gave the entire data. क्या क्या हुआ, how he went there, how he went and searched. So there are so many. I mean, if you go, when you analyze that, you will understand that as per the Shastra, a brahmachari, a sannyasi, should never cross across the sea and go. Hanuman did so many things which was not mentioned in the rules. So he didn't break the rules, but he amended the rules for the service of Lord. Secondly, he had no identification of Sita. सीता कैसे दिखती है पता नहीं. हाँ, एक ही चीज बोला था, she is Padma Gandhini. Padma Gandhini means she smells like a lotus. This was the only identification रामचंद्र जी had given कि भाई उसका सुगंध जो है, उसका शरीर से सुगंध जो है, वो एक पद्म, एक लोटस की तरह. So just imagine, he is coming to the Antapur, the internal chambers of Ravana, and every lady is going close. The monkey has to come very close to smell the person. Some ladies were smelling with alcohol, some with sweat, very dirty, obnoxious. But he had to smell, a brahmachari has to smell each and every lady coming so close. But still, Hanuman was focused. Why? When you have service of Lord, when you are focused your mind on God, then you don't have to. Otherwise, you got to worry. So he was, but when he came to Mandodari and smelt mud, Mandodari comes under the 5 Kanyas, Pancha Kanyas. She also smelled like, she also had a fragrance of Padma Gandhi. That is why he started jumping. Arey, maine Sita ko mil liya. He climbed up the beam, clung on it, started kissing the beam, kissing his tail, and then for a split second realized she may be smelling with like a lotus leaf, like a lotus flower, but definitely Sita would not be sleeping in the same bedroom where Ravana is sleeping. Where Ravana is sleeping, and that too with that much of comfort. He realized, because he knew she was a very chaste woman, and immediately started resuming his journey, searching, and finally found her in Ashokwati. So, giving all the details, Hanuman finally told the monkeys, "Come on, let's go and report to Ramchandra ji. Report dena padega na." This much of story is there in this verse, only in this verse. They're flying back from Lanka and taking away the honey kept for Sugriva. I'm explaining up to this. That much of story is there in this. So they all flew back. It took them so many months to go down. Okay, 3-4 months it took them to go down to south and search and all. But they came back in half a day. How come? Because all the monkeys have already mentioned the starting of the Sundargan, we can jump 10 yojans, 20 yojans, 50 yojans, 100 yojans. Each monkey had given their capacity. So on that capacity basis, they all started jumping, flying, literally flying, 10 yojans, 20 yojans, 50 yojans. Each monkey was flying. So within half a day, they reached the outskirts of Kishkinda. All these places which I am mentioning are still there even today. It is in Hampi. Kishkinda is nothing but modern day Hampi. जाएंगे कभी उधर यात्रा में लेके जाएंगे आपको. And there was a beautiful forest called Madhuvan. One means forest, and Madhu means, what does it mean? Word Madhu mean?
Honey.
Honey. So that was a special forest of honey meant for Sugriva. Sugriva वहां जाता था, king. तो king के लिए क्या था? वो special है, something exclusively for the king. Nobody can go inside that. And one of his relatives was the caretaker over there. No monkeys would ever think and dare to go over there. But immediately all the monkeys, when they reached there, now they were so excited, so happy that they have accomplished the king's order. Because whose order was there? It was not Ramchandraji's order. It was Sugriva's order. So Sugriva sent them, सबको भेजा भाई आप लोग को सीता को ढूंढ के आना है. They were so excited. हम लोग ढूंढ के आ गए. We are successful in our mission. So they all entered the garden. And monkeys entering a garden means you can understand, breaking each and every tree, branch, drinking all the honey which was kept for Sugriva. And immediately the caretaker saw this. He could not control them. Including Hanuman was a part of that, arson and loot. And finally, Hanuman, the caretaker immediately came running to Sugriva. Said, "My God, your monkeys have entered." Now, which monkeys? Hanuman, Angad, and all. They've entered your personal garden and they are creating havoc over there. Sugriva immediately turned to Rama and said, "They have seen Sita." They have seen Sita. क्यों? तभी तो इतना हिम्मत है, नहीं तो उनको पता है राजा उनको मार डालेगा. राजा का खास प्रॉपर्टी पे कूद रहे हैं. They have done because they knew they have achieved such a great thing that the king will pardon them for this havoc. And finally, after finishing off that honey and all, they finally reached Kishkinda and reported to Sugriva and Rama. Can you read Mataji next verse?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prince Valmiki then mentions the presentation of Sita Mata's jewel by which Lord Rama gets solace. Then Lord Rama's meeting with the sea god and the building of the bridge by Nala are described.
All this, what we are reading right now, is just the preview or trailer of the movie. Now we'll be going verse by verse. You will understand it in more detail and the intricacies also. So Sage Valmiki then mentions the presentation of Sita Mata's jewel by which Lord Rama gets solace. तो यहाँ पे दो तीन चीजें यहाँ पे आपको समझना है. Detail, as मैंने अभी बोला कि detail we will discuss when we will reach Yuddha Kand. No, sorry, Kishkinda Kand and Sundar Kand and Yuddha Kand. But अभी के लिए इन चीजों को समझ लेना. Then the monkeys came in front of Sugriva and Rama. All the monkeys shouted, we saw Sita, we saw Sita. None of the monkeys had seen Sita. किसी बंदर ने देखा था? किसी ने? आज के जमाने में यही हो रहा. आज के जमाने में यही हो रहा. Immediately, first the monkey said, very good, very good. Hanuman was quietly standing behind without raising his collar or saying anything. But the monkeys all pushed him ahead. He is the person who has gone and seen Sita, please. And there Hanuman comes in front, pays obeisance. Now there is a secret. What obeisance do you think? In which direction Hanuman would have paid? There are rules, हाँ. आपको अगर किसी भगवान को अगर आप मंदिर में प्रणाम करते हो तो उसका तरीका होता है. कोई भी डायरेक्शन में नहीं कर सकते हो. कोई भी व्यक्ति बड़ा महान व्यक्ति होता है तो उसको कोई भी डायरेक्शन में नहीं कर सकते. ईस्ट वेस्ट फेसिंग ही करना चाहिए, नॉर्थ साउथ नहीं चलना चाहिए. बट वहां पे हनुमान पेड ओबेसेंसेस फेसिंग साउथ because Sita Mata was in that direction. And Ramchandra ji was also standing there. Immediately he paid दंडवत प्रणाम कर लिया और उन्होंने बोला, हनुमान जी रामचंद्र जी को बोला, मैंने सीता को देख लिया and immediately gave him the hairpin, चूड़ामणि दे दिया, देख लो. Chudamani was very happy, started crying, shedding tears of joy, and he gave two messages, very important. First, the story what she had told him, confirm that he has met Sita, and then how sad she was, how she was waiting for him. And then it also mentions, give my salutations to Lakshmana. Specifically, she mentions that. And he also mentions here. उसके पीछे एक बहुत बड़ा catch है. Please let's understand this. याद रखना, in Vaishnavism, अपराध is a very, very dangerous thing which you can ever think of. Committing to की दूर की बात है, सोच भी नहीं सकते. Because अपराध throws you out of devotion. When Lakshman and Rama were searching for Sita, they came searching. They came here and there, they came searching. But before that, Sita Maya had told Rama, go and search for the golden deer. That time, when Rama went, Lakshmana was sitting and taking care of her. At that time, when she heard the sound, hey Lakshmana, it was none other than Maricha making that sound. Immediately she says, go and help your brother. He says, no, I don't have to go. I know nothing can happen to Ram. He knows nothing. What will happen to God? Nothing will happen to God. He says, no, you want to enjoy me. That is why you're standing here. You want your brother to die so that you can enjoy me. She makes very bad and very pinching statements. And listening to those statements, Lakshmana feels crying. In Valmiki Ramayan, there's no mention of there is Lakshman Rekha, but in Tulsi Ramayan, there is a story of Lakshman Rekha. तुलसीदास जी बोलते हैं कि उन्होंने लक्ष्मण रेखा खींचा और रोते रोते चले गए. बोल रहे हैं कि रामचंद्र जी कुछ नहीं होगा, मेरा आज्ञा है, तुम जाओ. So for this aparad, Ramchandra ji said, let her get kidnapped. Let her undergo all the suffering. And now specifically she knew what mistake she had done. That's why she had sent this message from Hanuman. Please go and pray my obeisances to Lakshmana also. In fact, she was trying to say, I beg my apologies to him. Because after that, he never met Lakshmana. Ravana came and kidnapped her. So, this is one important understanding we all have to take. कि अगर हम कोई भी अपराध करते हैं तो उसका दंड भगवान स्वयं देंगे और भगवान उसमें कोई इंटरफियर नहीं करेंगे जब तक आप उस वैष्णव से माफी न मांगो. Second, when Hanuman had met Sita and he saw those Rakshasis troubling her, so immediately he told Sita, इन राक्षसी को मार देता हूं. All these Rakshasis who are troubling you, I'll kill them. Sita Maiya said, don't kill them. कौन गलती नहीं करता है? Who doesn't make mistakes? Everyone makes mistakes. They are also making a mistake by troubling me. Forgive. So, how do you mean I should forgive them? Who doesn't make mistakes? I make mistake. Rama, my husband, made mistake. You are making mistake. Everyone makes mistake. How you made mistake? It was my mistake. I was having God besides me. But when a golden deer came, what did I do? I sent the Lord behind the golden deer, which is not true. तो मैंने गलती किया. तो रामचंद्र जी का क्या गलती? उन्होंने भी गलती किया ना. उन्होंने सबसे बड़ा गलती की. मतलब क्या? अरे मैं पत्नी हूं. As a wife, I will tell my husband 100 things, but to do it or not is the husband's decision. He has to take a call whether I should listen to my wife. Everything my wife says, whether I should execute it or should I execute the only thing which is correct. And neglect, which is what my wife is advising, is wrong. So he made a mistake. That is why he is also suffering because of me. I made a mistake by sending him behind that. That is why I am suffering. So everyone does mistake. Even you have done mistake. हनुमान बोला मैंने क्या मिस्टेक किया? वहां से आया, रिंग दिया, चूड़ामणि लेके जा रहा हूं. What mistake have I done? You're listening to about others' mistakes, na? That itself is a big mistake. One should not listen to others' mistakes. दूसरियों की गलतियों को नहीं देखना चाहिए या उनकी गलतियों को बारे में ध्यान नहीं करना चाहिए. But तुम इतना इंटरेस्टिंगली सुन रहे हो ना? This is your mistake. So what message is Sita Maiya giving? One has to be merciful, but one has to be intelligent also. और अपराध गलती से भी नहीं करना. So these are the things which are the essence from the Ramayana you have to take. So finally, Hanumanji tells the final message, the most important message. He says he has given only 2 months, and the countdown has already started. Okay. Ravan has given Sita 2 days. In 2 months, if she is not rescued, Ravan will eat. So you will have to go at war footing speed. You have to go there and rescue Sita. Rama says, no problem. Now that Lakshmana has been, she has apologized to Lakshmana, and we know her mind, know house also. So we will attack Lanka and Ravana, and we will save her. Immediately the army gets ready and everyone goes. There's a beautiful saying, Rama sitting on the shoulder of Hanuman and Angad kandhe pe Lakshmana beta hai, and the whole army marches ahead up till the point till the Ram Setu was built उस जगह तक. अभी समुद्र कैसे पार करें? That was a big challenge. Now the challenge is how do we cross the sea? So Ramchandra ji says, okay, let me do शरणागति to the sea. समुद्र देवता को मैं सरेंडर करता हूं. तो एक बार मैं सरेंडर करूंगा तो समुद्र देवता रास्ता बता देंगे. He sits down and does surrender. 2 दिन 3 दिन तपस्या कर रहे हैं. 3 दिन हुआ, तपस्या किया, समुद्र देवता नहीं आए. रामचंद्र जी को गुस्सा आया. Immediately asked Lakshmana, get me my bow and arrow. अभी समुद्र को सुखा देता हूं. Lakshmana says, no, don't do that. If you do that, all the creatures living in the sea will die. So don't vent your anger like this. And when he was angry, that time Samudra Devata himself comes. And Acharya say, why Samudra Devata did not come before? Because he is Lord Rama is one to whom everyone surrenders. How can he surrender to someone lower than him? Surrender is done to someone higher, not to someone lower. So immediately Samudra Devata came, fell at his feet. Bhagavan, Prabhu, you are the controlling deity for all of us. So you be merciful on me. You want to build a bridge? You ask Nal and Neel. They are the engineers. They said Nal and Neel, they had the capacity of reducing the density of a rock. They had a technology. And they could make the rock float. Generally, हम लोग सुनते हैं श्री राम लिख के समुद्र में डाल दिया. How many of you all will walk on Lord's name? Anyone will walk? Then how will monkeys who are serving around Ramchandraji walk on stones written with that name? So Acharya say no. It was Nal and Neel who had, with their engineering skills, who are Vishwakarma's children. They developed this bridge. And it is all mentioned, kitna kilometer, 5 days with the bridge was, third day or 5 day, 7th day the bridge was ready. 100 yojans, 10 yojans, 20, 50, like everything. Every day kitna banda bandke, the bridge was complete. And the entire army walked across. It is said the army was so huge, the monkeys walking by the side, many monkeys fell in the water. But they never got drowned. It's a very nice view and a viewpoint given by Acharyas. Acharya कहते हैं कि जितने भी समुद्र में जो जीव थे, मछलियां, tortoise, crocodiles, whatever it was there, they all came to the side of the bridge and they were watching Lord Rama. Because Rama was top, sitting on the shoulder of Angad and Hanuman. Rama was sitting on Hanuman's shoulder. And Lakshmana was sitting on Angad's shoulder. So they could be seen conspicuously. And when they saw Lord, they were like stabdha ho gaye. What do you say? They became statues. And they were all floating there. So when the monkeys fell, they fell on them, so they didn't get drowned. They came back to the bridge. So it's very nicely said. Acharya ka bhav hai. So the monkeys also went with Ramchandraji. They crossed the bridge, and there is a very beautiful dialogue that whales are eaten by Timi. A fish named Timi. They're huge, gigantic fishes. They're called Timi. And these Timis are eaten by Timingala. Whales are eaten by Timis. Timis are eaten by Timingala. So itna bada, huge. And the spies of Ramana come and tell, my God, there are so many Timingalas, crores and crores of Timingalas. That is, crores and crores of army of monkeys are there. It is going to be impossible for you to win them. That is where Shukh naam ka Rakshas parrot jaisa jata hai to find out, give the information. These monkeys catch him, beat him, but they still leave him. Raja, bata, tera Raja ko. How many people have come? But don't worry, ekdam filmy hai. The Yuddhakand is very, very filmy. Very, very nice. So finally they reached there and they are now ready to wage war. Yes, Mataji, please read the next verse. Let's complete the chapter today.
Yes, Prabhuji. It mentions the crossing of the sea and laying siege on Lanka at night. It also describes the meeting of Vibhishan with Lord Ram and Vibhishana telling about the plans to kill Ravan.
So here we are talking about Vibhishan's Sharanagati, Vibhishan's surrender. So Vibhishan also came and surrendered in the middle of the night. He came. So what does this, from this, what do we learn? Middle of the night. To surrender to Lord, you don't need any time. Any time is okay. There is nothing called good time and bad time. नहीं सुबह होके मैं भक्ति करूंगा. अरे भक्ति करना है तो अभी करो. सुबह के लिए wait मत. Do your devotion immediately. Whenever you feel like now I should do devotion, then don't wait for a second more. Continue with it. Yes.
Also, the killing of Kumbhakaran and the destruction of Meghnad are described. The annihilation of Ravan, along with the retrieval of Sita Mata from the enemy city, are all described by sage Valmiki.
This is, of course, I will not be describing Meghnad's killing versus a very long story. And उस story में ही पंचमुखी हनुमान का प्राकट्य होता है. You all must have heard about पंचमुखी Hanuman, but कैसे आता है? When we will discuss that, at that stage we will discuss. And then, of course, Sita was saved from the enemy city. Yeah.
The Ramayana then mentions the coronation of Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. It describes Rama's departure for Ayodhya in the Pushpaka aircraft and his meeting sage Bharadwaj on his way back.
2 points, very important. One is, already unofficially he had coronated Vibhishan. वो जगह है, राम सेतु जाने की जगह पे रास्ते में आता है. When you go to South India, that place is still there. जहाँ पे Vibhishan came to surrender and he was coronated. After that, officially after killing of Ravan, Vibhishan was coronated as the king. Many of you must not be knowing Vibhishan's family. When they came with Ramchandraji to Ayodhya, they stayed back only. Only Vibhishan went back. His whole family, his wife, and his wife became the attendant service provider for Sita Maiya, and his son became the Kshetrapal of that area. You know, he was guarding that whole place as a manager of the place of Ayodhya. And all must have heard about Mandodari marrying Vibhishan. Mandodari means wife of Ravana. So people may say Ramchandraji killed Vali because he had kidnapped his brother's wife. And then Sugriv kept Tara with him, that is Vali's wife. Is it not wrong? How is Ramchandraji biased? Here also Vibhishan has kept the wife of Ravana. Please understand this. Here the wife relation doesn't mean bodily relation. Gave the value. Sugriv knew well that Tara was an intelligent lady. She had understood Ramchandraji very well. She knew the greatness of Ramchandraji and she was a great bhakta of Ramchandra. That is why he made her sit on his left side, Vamabhaga, which is a place given for wife. Any person's wife sits on the left side. That is called as Vamabhaga. And he made her sit. That was a respect given to her for her understanding Lord Rama. Similarly, there Mandodari also was a great bhakta of Ramchandraji. She as a person was telling Ravana again and again, you are fighting with Rama, the supreme God, and you are going to die. He did not listen. Finally, Vibhishan made her sit on the left-hand side of his, which depicts that she was his wife. But they are all coming under Panchakanyas. Even Tara comes under Panchakanya. Mandodari also comes under Panchakanya. They are supposed to be great. So great that उनका स्मरण मात्र से आपके पाप जाते हैं. Just by remembering them, you are cleansed of your sins. Yes, Mataji, complete.
Also sending of Hanuman to meet Bharat, the coronation festival of Lord Rama, the discharge of the monkey army, ruling the kingdom to the delight of the citizens, and Sita Mata being banished has been described by sage Valmiki.
Yes. So now finally it is concluding that how Hanuman came and met Bharata. I have already told you all the story of the banana leaf, how it got the shape. I have explained that. And the coronation festival of Ramchandraji, Pattabhishekam, which is a great program. And the discharge of the monkey armies, the ruling of the kingdom with delight of the citizens, and Sita Mata being banished finally, described by sage Valmiki. And then finally, all that has happened on the surface of the earth in the life of Lord Rama has been written in detail in the coming parts of the poem by the great sage. ये सब कुछ mention किया है in detail And that is what we are going to explore from the next session. Okay. So I would like to close today's session now, this point, and we'll start the new chapter next week.